Hello, Pisces. This is Summer from Tarot by Summer, and I'm here to do your mid-month love reading for Pisces. I know that it isn't the middle of her anymore. We've surpassed that, okay? But this energy, pardon me, from this reading will last on into the middle of January, so you guys will be good, all right? I want to thank you guys so very much for all of your support. Thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart. And I'm ready to get your reading started. I said a prayer and I meditated over your reading, and I pulled one card for the overall energy. But before we go any further, just so you know, we're going to do something a little bit different with your reading, okay? This reading is your reading, but the focus will be on your mate. And if you notice, the title of the reading says, "What's the matter with your mate?" That is going to be the focus. We're going to find out what's the matter with your mate. What's going on with your mate? What's happening with them? Okay. Now, for the overall energy, you have one card and it's no thingness. No, excuse me, no thingness, nothingness, or no thingness. This card is black in the middle. Absolutely nothing there. No thing, nothing. No thing in the middle. This is a good card to have at this point for your mate and or for you. It symbolizes starting with a clean slate. Nothing there. Cleaning house, cleaning your mind, cleaning your environment, emptying a glass so that you can fill it back up with something new, reprogramming yourself, cleaning out clutter, preparing, cleaning out all that no longer serves you from 18 and the years before, going on into 20. Okay? So this is what this is symbolic of. Wiping the slate clean, starting off with something new, starting off anew. Okay? Emptiness here so that you can fill it with what you want to fill it with. And I know that it's kind of hard for everybody to be able to wipe out everything that they don't want in their lives. That's not an easy feat. But it is doable to start with a clean slate with quite a few things if you set your mind to it and if it is your goal. Okay? So that's what you have here. And it is a 5. Symbolizing change, okay? 5s are about change. Let's see where this goes. Spirit, give me 2 cards for Pisces mate. What's the matter with Pisces mate? What's the matter with Pisces mate? What's the matter with Pisces mate? We want to shuffle these cards really good. What's the matter with Pisces mate? What does your mate need to empty and refill? What do they need to put in this blank space? Let's see how this plays out. Spirit, give me 2 cards for Pisces mate. What's the matter with Pisces mate? What's going on with Pisces mate? Ace of Swords, upright position. A chance at a brand new start. A victory moment, an aha moment. Something coming to light, something coming to surface, a chance to assert themselves in a way that positions themselves for success. Brand new opportunity. A lot of people getting the 6 of Cups. And this is like reflective energy from the past. This makes sense because we're ending this year, so some people are going to be reflecting from the past. I'm getting 6 of Cups for a lot of people. but I understand why. Your mate want a fresh start, a brand new start with something or someone from the past. They want to revisit the past, make amends with something or somebody. They have an opportunity to, get a visit from somebody from the past, and they can like have a chance to start over again or to start something that they've never started before. And that could be why there's nothing here and they want to fill this with something that's never been there before, because it's like the emptying of the old to make room for the new. And maybe they need to revisit the past to finally make amends so they can start something new. It might not necessarily be a new start with something or someone from the past, but making amends to fill this with something brand new. If that makes sense. This is what I'm getting for somebody. For somebody, your mate, Pisces, your mate may be indeed having an opportunity to, revive something from the past. See some relatives that they haven't seen in a long time, you know, talk to them, say some things that they've never been able to say before, gain some clarity about something from the past as they were growing up, from their childhood, gain some clarity, an opportunity to gain clarity. Let's see what role you play in this situation. Spirit, what role does Pisces play in this situation? Six of Pentacles, upright position. Six of Pentacles, upright position. Giving, sharing, caring, charity. Knight of Swords pointing toward the past. So you've got some past energy going on here, because this is pointing toward the past and this is dealing with the past. Younger people on both sides, well, they could be children, well, they could be like young adults, teenagers. Then you have children here, and then you have two teenage girls that look like teenagers. I feel like your role in this is to ensure that there's some balance between something of the past, maybe some issues that the two of you have dealt with in the past, because you've got sword energy here, air energy here, and then you have sharing, you have people coming together, you have, like two younger people and an older person here, sharing, giving to charity, and you have young people here that are playing. There's togetherness here, dealing with some issues, a chance, an opportunity, and then this is like pointing toward the past, maybe even pointing toward this situation here with the Six of Pentacles. Information, thinking, communication. Could your role be to express to your mate that they need to share with children or share with some loved ones or even share with you in a way that is fair? Or do you need to express to your mate that you've given, that you shared a lot, and then they're not totally reciprocating, they're not like totally giving back, it's not equal, and you want to discuss something, you want to discuss an opportunity to make it better, to make things right, to make it more equal, to ensure that both of you are receiving. This is what I'm getting for somebody. But and you have like the present right here and the past right here. And here, this feels like the present. No, this feels like the present. And then this is relating to the past. Present, past, relating to the past. You know that you have to kind of revisit something, that you have to go over something and discuss something regarding this situation. Let's clarify some cards. Kind of shed a little bit more light on some things here. Let's look at some of these things. All right. Spirit, why is the Six of Cups here? Nine of Cups in reverse. Nine of Swords in reverse. Yes, there was something that wasn't fulfilled and it caused some anxiety, but your significant other, your mate, needs to revisit the past, needs to discuss some things so that they can come out of their anxiety, they can come out of their worry, they can come out of their fears, they can come out of their sleepless nights. They have to face something in the past because there was something that wasn't fulfilled. There were wishes that weren't fulfilled. There's incompletion here. Something wasn't complete from the past and it needs to be addressed. That's why the Six of Cups is here. And it's like your mate talking to, and you're reminiscing over the past. It can be family issues because this is the holiday season. It may have something to do with you, it may not. But it's about like an incompletion of happiness, wishes fulfilled, and it brought anxiety, and this, your mate needs closure. Your mate needs closure because there are two nines here. Something coming to an end, and it really needs to end. Yep. Spirit, why is the Knight of Swords here? Why is the Knight of Swords here? And this is that opportunity, that aha moment. Maybe a moment they've been waiting for. Why is the Knight of Swords here? It's a million cards. Oh God. Hierophant in reverse. King of Cups in the upright position. Pisces. A lack of commitment. Maybe a lack of commitment with you. Maybe you haven't been the most committed. They feel like you haven't totally committed. Yep, Fool card in reverse. A leap of faith not taken. Ten of Wands in reverse. Three of Cups in reverse. Letting your burdens down. And like not celebrating or people talking about it, or concerned that people are talking about it, concerned that if you let go, that there won't be any fulfillment, that there won't be any good times, or needing to let go of too many people around, too many people in the equation, too many people that are like, yeah, there's three people here and three people here. Letting go of unfairness, or maybe even letting go of a third party situation. Maybe you, Pisces, because this is you down here. This is definitely your energy here. Maybe you have had too many people in the mix in your relationship. Maybe you had a third party situation. You were giving to one person more than you were giving to the other, and it wasn't fair for that other person. And you need to release these burdens, and so that the third party can stop or whatever, because there's lack of commitment with the Hierophant in reverse. It's like a relationship with lack of commitment. Although you mean well and you're loving and caring, it prevents you from like really moving forward and taking a leap of faith, with the one you love. Or maybe you feel like you'll be a fool if you do it. But nevertheless, it has to stop. And maybe this is something that you want to communicate with your mate and tell them. Finally face them. Finally let them know, you know what? Okay, I'm ready. Enough of shenanigans. I'm ready. Because this is your story down here. Maybe they'll have, their aha moment, their chance. And the two of you can fill this nothingness together. Because this makes sense now. That really makes sense. There's nothing there if there's too much stuff going on down here. Now, this might not necessarily be a third party where there's you, your mate, and another lover. This might be two people, family members, friends, interference from other people. A third party can mean different things. Too many people in the mix, exes, energy from exes that you haven't released, haven't let go of. Maybe even having children from past relationships and the the fathers or the mothers are there, and it causes friction. There's too many people, there's too outside, and too much going on the outside. And maybe this is what your mate is concerned about, and they want to address it, and it looks like they'll have their chance to address it to get some closure, you know, because their wishes are not fulfilled. They're not happy. Maybe you've been a bit narcissistic, Pisces, because this is your energy here. You might have been kind of smug, a bit narcissistic, because you got a lot going on and they want to talk about this with you to find closure because they've been worrying and they don't want to worry anymore. They're tired of the sleepless nights, depression. They want to, address some things that happened in the past so that they can, finally fill some voids. I'm shuffling real good. I haven't asked the question yet. You'll know what this means, okay? This is your role and the role that you played in this situation. A lot of information came out on you more than your mate. But you've definitely got to address some things with the past, and it's probably this situation right here with the Six of Pentacles. There's a man and two women, or two young women. It could be children. It could be, third party, one receiving more than the other. Man, although tarot is unisex, it's not gender specific. Spirit, can you tell me about nothingness? Snake popped up. That snake can represent another woman. And then there's like rose, there's some romance. Mountain, nothingness. The snake can represent the other woman, like in a third party situation. Rose, like a romance. There's nothing happening with this. My gut is telling me from this, based upon this reading, all of this stuff is coming out. There's been some kind of third party situation or third party interference with another woman. With a woman, this is definitely a woman in the Norman deck, okay? Or, well, this isn't the woman card, but the snake, often comes in as a woman. As somebody might be have some feelings for your mate, and there may be some envy, because the mountain can be envy too. The snake definitely envy, the mountain can be envy, and then there's a rose there, and it's like maybe you and your mate can't really get things off the ground because of interference. It's hard to fill this up with outside stuff going on. And that mountain comes there. That mountain is there. I want to get past that mountain. Let's see what's past the mountain. Shatter. One more. Oh, so clover. Rest or illness. Reverie. Message. A lot of information coming out on this reading, Pisces. Okay. We're going for it. So much stuff is coming out. There's a woman here or someone else. They be in love. May have some feelings for you or your significant other, your mate. Okay, but then there's the mountain here, and then there's like the shattered glass. There's a blockage, and hard to break through this obstacle, or an attempt to break through the obstacle. The mountain is there, and the shadows on the other side. That's kind of like almost impossible to break through the barrier. That's how I was reading for me. But if you can break through it, the obstacles, then there's some hope. You've got clover on the other side, but then there's rest and sickness, or sickness. Clover, good luck, but it'll take a little time. Maybe it'll take, good luck will come with, like, with the time to heal the wounds, heal some hurt, heal some pain. And then there's celebration and message, and a chance to like rejuvenate. But you have to open up and communicate. You got to talk about these things. There has to be something that you're willing to let go of if you really care about this mate, and this mate really cares about you. And it's like you or the other person, your mate, wants to express to you how they feel, but then there's, other stuff going on. There's a lot to talk about between you and your mate, Pisces. Lot to talk about. And so much came out on your end, more so than their end. Pisces, I'm going to put you on hold for just a moment. Okay, Pisces, I am back. So sorry about that. I am back. Yes, so there's quite a bit going on here, quite a few things you need to talk about. You need to talk about some situations here. Regarding the interference of someone else. What it all means, how to overcome these obstacles, so that you can get to the point of being able to discuss these things and come to some sort of resolution. Okay? Pisces, I'm going to pull one card to see what you and your mate need to work on together. Spirit, what does Pisces and Pisces mate need to work on together? Find out what those obstacles are. You know what they are. I may be hitting the nail right on the head with somebody. Somebody know exactly what they are, what the obstacles are. But it will be a good idea to talk it out anyway with your mate, discuss these things, and you take it from there. The two of you have wisdom of your body. Now that's an interesting one. Listen to your body's message about a person or situation. If you feel physically drained or uncomfortable, be cautious. If you are energized and happy, move forward. Surrender to the wisdom of your body. This is the first time seeing this card. Kid you not. Certain cards come up often because certain cards are like typical issues that people deal with, individually or within their relationships. But then there are those topics within, this particular deck and other decks that come up frequently. I mean, that I rarely see. Okay, some are just boom, boom, boom. They're almost predictable because they're dealing with, sort of basic issues. But like I said, then there are those cards that I never see, and I've never seen this one. I mean, I'm sure I've seen it as when I first opened it, but it's never popped up. What does this mean? Surrender to the wisdom of your body. Listen to your body's message about a person or situation. If you feel physically drained or uncomfortable, be cautious. If you are energized and happy, move forward. And I'm looking at the cards right across the top here with no thingness, nothingness, no thingness. There's blockages. There's sickness up here. Have you or your mate been ill and neither of you have really been able to figure out why? Have you experienced this illness? Surrender to the wisdom of your body. But you can't, it's like catching a cold or getting an ache or pain, but you don't have a cold, you don't have arthritis, you just feeling something, but it doesn't add up. You go to the doctor to get checkups and they don't find anything wrong with you. That kind of thing. Could it be those blocked energies in your body, in your chakra system? Blocked energies because you and maybe both of you aren't facing the things that you need to face, like at certain points in your body, maybe from the root chakra all the way up to the crown chakra, and you haven't paid attention. You haven't been paying attention to what your body's telling you. You get sick, or maybe you catch too many colds, or maybe you're sick more often than you should be, and you've got blockages in your body because you're harboring energy. You have an energy around you that's not healthy, and you know it, and your body's trying to tell you. Your body is responding in a way where you haven't responded, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, but it's manifesting physically. You haven't made any of those moves from your relationship. You'd be in this relationship where there's nothing, there's like nothing there. But something is manifesting, and it's not manifesting in a good way. It's manifesting physically. It's like filling up physically. You're seeing the results of some things that you're going through physically. Is that what's happening to you or your mate? Maybe there's nothing in this relationship. Maybe there's an emptiness in the relationship. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually. One of the three or all three. Maybe you're going through the motion. You know, you and the mate going through the motion, or one of you going through the motion. But it's taking a toll on you physically. It's manifesting physically because you haven't dealt with something. Maybe it's time to deal with it. Maybe it's time to unblock some of those energies. We have mountain here. Blockages. You know, mountain blockages, and they need to be shattered for better health. You know, better health to improve the health. Because some health issues it did come up. Health issues did come up. Pisces, this is all that I have for now. I hope that this video has helped you in some way. I hope that you can use this video in a way that you can address these things and deal with them and see what's going on and see, you know, where you need to come to some sort of conclusion, address some things and talk about them, you know. If you'd like a personal reading, please give me a, you know, contact me through the website at summerintuition.com. That is summerintuition.com. You can find that link right below this video, okay? And I wish you all the best. I really do. I wish you all the best. Let me know how this video works if I touch based on something and you found it helpful, okay? I'll be back at the beginning of the month of February with the new videos, and happy holidays if you celebrate. Take care, you guys. Bye for now.